Hello everyone, welcome to Redstone, a beginner's approach. I am Zerul, your conductor for today's train record episode, and today we're going to go ahead and delve into the next three main concepts with Redstone in Minecraft. So, to give you a quick review of what we did last time, we went over Redstone Power, which is the different blocks, the different items which can power a redstone signal. We went over Redstone Transmission, and then we went medium, and then we went over redstone receivers like doors. What we're going to work on today is we're going to work on three concepts. We're going to work on the concept of something being strongly or weakly powered, which I also think of as being a primary or a secondary power. We're going to go over power levels, which again I think of as a signal strength. And then we're going to go over the concept of a redstone tick. So, again, this will probably be a fairly short episode, and then next episode we'll start diving into some in-depth looks at some of the different components and blocks there. So the first thing that you need to be aware of is the concept of whether a block is strongly or weakly powered, or again, as I like to think of it, as whether it is at a primary power source or a secondary power source. So, the general idea is for an opaque block like a lamp or something like bricks, obsidian, what have you there, when it receives power directly from a redstone power source, it is considered to be strongly powered, or to have a primary power source. If a block is getting power from a block that is strongly powered, or a block that is getting a primary power source, it is considered to be weakly powered, or again, as I like to think of it, as a secondary power source. So to see this in action, what you have here is you've got a standard redstone lamp. When a switch is turned on, it receives primary power, strong power from the switch, and it turns on. This primary power, the strong power, is able to transmit along a line of redstone wire to another device, to another block, which will itself receive a weak power. So as an example, try it back up solid here. There we go. That makes a little more sense there. So, it'll give this a primary power from that. This will be a secondary power, and this will have no power. To better explain it here, this is our block of quartz. It is getting a primary power. It is getting a strong power from the switch here, and then it delivers a weak power into the redstone lamp, and because it is weak power, it does not power any of these behind it there. It powers, the strong power only powers certain items, certain blocks around it there. So in this example, like I was saying there, the primary power transmitted, in this case transmitted with cables. This has a direct input from this, making it a primary power, like so, connect to a block that has primary power. But a secondary power, a weakly powered block, cannot transmit that power any further. So that is the important thing to be aware of with this there. So strong power is from a direct source. Weak power is blocks that are attached to a strong power source and still function, and blocks behind that don't do anything. So this is one of the main concepts that you'll need to be aware of when it comes to redstone there. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and get into the in-depth of various things like redstone wire, redstone dust and such later, but we'll get us as a basic primer for now. The second idea is going to be the idea of a power level, or as I like to think of it, as a signal strength. So your typical power source, your power level or your signal strength from a redstone power source is going to be 15. What that means is that it will go a total of 15 blocks, like so, before it stops powering. 15 complete blocks. If at the terminus of this, if it receives something to boost its signal, it can go further, but 15 blocks is the maximum normally. So 15 blocks out, you see that only one is coming on. Now, over here, we have, at block 16, we have a redstone repeater. This is the main way that most people will use to lengthen their runs of signal strength. So, to give you an example of this, 16 is directly powered because it is connected to the wire there, and then it will go another 15 before it dies off again. Now you see that over the length of the wire you get these little splashes indicating power. They also decrease in brightness. The general concept is that for every block this travels, the signal strength decreases by 1. So 15, 14, 13, 12, and so on, down to 0. So if there was another wire here, it would have no power, but there is something else in the middle, so it continues on. If you are going to be doing runs of more than 15, you have to find some way of boosting the signal before it will get to the end, otherwise it will not get there. Yep. There we go. So that is the next concept. For most minor machines and constructs, you won't need to worry too much about this, but if you are doing really long runs of things, this is something very important to be aware of there. Also, what's going to be coming up is the idea of the tick. So, Redstone in Minecraft works on ticks. A tick is basically 1/10 of 1 second. So, if you look, there is a very slight delay on this. This is basically instantaneous, but there is a slight delay there. As you install things like repeaters, the delay will increase. Your typical repeater goes between a 1, 2, 3, and 4 tick delay. So I've got 2 of these in a row, so this should introduce a 0.8 tick or almost 1 second of delay to that, and then that, and then that, and that. So to show you what this looks like, almost 1 second apiece, and then it comes on. The delay is also involved when it's turned off, when it stops receiving a signal. So you'll see that they will not all be on or off at the same time. So this is something that's very important to keep in mind. In the context of that, for instance, if you're lengthening it, you're always going to have at least a 1 tick delay associated with this, because you have to do something to increase the signal, which introduces a delay. If you had something going on right next to it with a shorter length, they will get there at different times if you do not introduce a delay on the other one as well there. So let me show you what I mean by that here. So just as a quick demonstration there. So let's say we have this. There we go. And like so. And let's go ahead and grab us our lever. And then let's see if I can erase it down here. So let's say we've got 4 ticks there. Actually, let's do this slightly differently here. It may make a little bit more sense to everyone here. So let's go ahead and back this all the way up. And then we will run this all the way down to that block. Like so. And then let's say we introduce 1, 2, 3 ticks of delay. So these are both running off the same signal source, but there is a slight delay from one to the other. The more repeaters you put in, the more obvious this is going to be. As you see there. And let's say we boost this up. And this right here will represent a couple of lines coming together where they are completely out of sync with one another, due to different reasons there. If they're not kept in sync, they won't activate at the exact same time. So you have to watch out for the ticks that you have going on. You have to watch out for your timing level there, because it can really cause problems if you are not careful. So this has been pretty much it there. These are the next 3 concepts. Starting the next episode, like I said, we're going to go ahead and dive into the specifics on various power blocks. We're going to go ahead and go over probably these first 3, the button, the lever, and the redstone torch on the next episode, and then we'll go from there. So, hope everyone enjoyed watching. If you have any comments, suggestions, glad to see those in the comments section here. If you enjoyed this, a like, favorite is always appreciated, and hope to see you next time. So have a great day, everyone, and bye-bye.